Hello, folks. Jay here from Jay Rides, and I know it's been a minute since I made a video. Summer came, and I got extremely busy with outside stuff and working on all kinds of other cars. But today, you can tell my voice is a little bit off today. I got some kind of cold. I just tested for COVID, and it's negative, so it's some kind of cold. But anyways, this is what's happening here today. As you've seen, I was working on this old 50s pickup truck. Those of you longtime subscribers would know which one this is. For all of the newcomers, this is a 1955 Chevy Cameo pickup truck. And as you can see, I've been gathering a few parts. I've actually been gathering for this project 9 years. I've been gathering parts on this truck and working on it here and there. So I'm gathered enough parts to put this body together. Exciting. It's exciting. So I'm just going to go over a few things. As you can see, there's a nice LS sitting in there. Yep. That is a 6.2 liter LS3. And then if you go back to my videos, I did a 6L80E, switched it from an all-wheel drive to a two-wheel drive. And this is the transmission right here. See? I just put it in there because when I did my mock-up on this truck back when, I just used like a 4.8 and a 4L80E. So there's a big difference between the 6L80 and the 4L80. Believe it or not, the 6L80 is a good 4 inches shorter than the 4L80. So I was wondering if it had a higher tunnel, but by the looks of things, it's going to work out pretty slick in there. Put that new cover on and bam, hidden away. So the frame I had sent out and they sandblasted it and they put it in primer. But I also already mocked up this chassis. If you go back in my videos, you'll see it's all set up for C4 Corvette suspension, the front and the back. The front was a weld-in crossmember. You see here, it was a weld-in crossmember, and I'm going with adjustable coilovers so I could set my height. I had to put a notch in the frame here and weld a piece in, and you just use the stock Corvette back pinion in there. But it was a very nice kit, very, very nice kit. And the back was just a bolt-in kit. You just get the C4 diff, and it just bolts in with brackets. It worked out slick. It was pretty pricey. The kit was pricey, but it's a no-brainer. It was easy. And there's a couple of videos of me work on this cab. I worked on it during the COVID times. I totally rebuilt this cab during COVID. I've changed the roof on it. Cab corners. This back piece was all hammered in. And I even put a brand new floor. There's a brand new floor in there. Firewall's new. And then where the radio was there by the dash there, it looks like somebody let their pet beaver put a radio in because they just hacked it. It was disgusting how badly they hacked it. They cut it and they rolled it back. And just ridiculous. Yep, so that's what we got going on today. We're going to put all these parts on. Hopefully I can figure out how they go and where they go, because I had this truck for so long that, yeah, I don't know if I can remember how to put all this box together, but got the fiberglass sides, and then the inner is actually just the step side inner. And then this header panel is specific to cameo. So yeah, it's interesting. And then I just used just a regular step side tailgate with nothing on it, just plain Jane. Because there's going to be a piece of metal going over top of it. I'm not using the fiberglass that was on there originally because this is a resto mod. So I'm going to get away with a few things. Like working on this truck is almost like working on a Mopar. The parts are astronomical, crazy. People want a king's ransom for parts. And there's some chrome on there and whatnot. And I got some chrome, some new chrome, but I'm not going to put a lot of it back on because, like I said, it's going to be resto mod. So, like the tail lights and the bumper and whatever. I might just actually just paint the tail lights, but we'll see. We'll see. Because there's nobody that can really do chroming here in Manitoba, Canada. I have to send it to Alberta or to the States. Yeah, it's just, there's no chroming people left. It's a dying trade. So I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to work on today. Is it either going to be the front or the back? Or maybe both. We'll see how the day goes, maybe. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's go. Let's get busy. All right, and just like that, we started on the box. I did just the one side. I didn't get too far ahead of myself. Wanted to show you something. So I figured her out, where everything goes and everything like that. And I found a few things interesting. I had to trim off about an inch off of the other side here. Right there. I had to trim off an inch so that will just slide in. And another interesting thing I found is that here are the factory holes. And now look how far back I am. It's actually almost 2 inches further back. So I'm going to have to drill holes in the chassis. Right there. That is interesting. Must have been a different bracket or something because they told me that these are just the standard box braces. Cameo ones must have been different. Like 2 inches different. That's interesting. So yeah, we're just moving along. And I had to put the bolt down inside with a very small washer. So this will move. And I had to go make a trip over to the PV Mart for these carriage bolts. Cheap there. They're very cheap there. You can buy them by the pound. So just fill a bag and go. So yeah, that's where we're at here. Now I'm going to tackle this side here. And I'll let you watch me do it. And I'll put some bolts in. And yeah, then the box will be done. But other than that, it's I haven't gone outside and looked at my other truck box yet, like the factory box. But she's pretty close. She's pretty close. And I already tried on my new fiberglass covers. They fit pretty good. I may have to trim it here. See, I made a mark here. That's the fiberglass. I might have to trim that edge a bit. We'll see when we get to that point. But yep, we are moving along. The parts are going down. All right, let's go. And bam, there you have it. Oh yeah, It fought me a little bit on this corner at the bottom, but it's good swift kick. It went into place. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Pretty straight. Tailgate. This tailgate, there's people selling the tailgates, saying they're cameo tailgates for over $500 US. And like regular ones that say Chevrolet or GMC or whatever, they're $400 here just because they got that stamping in them. This tailgate, just plain Jane, nothing at all. I paid $160 for it. That's pretty much all they do. I bet you they buy a tailgate like this and put a piece of fiberglass over it and put the two holes where the emblem goes, and then they try to sell it for $500. Unfriggin' real. I'm just gonna put a piece of steel over it, nice flat steel, and I'm gonna break it with my brand new brake there. And I'm just gonna fold a piece, and that's it. That is all. And I'm going to put a modern Chevrolet symbol in there. I'm not going to buy a cameo one. Yeah, and that's it. Sweet. Now it's actually something. It's just not parts all over the darn place. It's actually becoming a truck. So if I die, somebody can actually buy a truck, not just parts. So now I'm going to get busy on the sides. I'm going to put the sides on. I'm going to take a trip outside to where my old box is and see just how far the new covers go on. I'm not sure. I don't think they go right over the edge. I think they come out about 2 inches, would be my guess. I'm not 100% sure. And they cover this hole and they wrap around. So, and I got to do those. There's like fiberglass covers in the front. So I got to figure out how those go in. Fun. We are doing something here today. All right, I'm going to take a trip outside and see how the fiberglass goes on. Today is Thursday, the day after yesterday. Today, I didn't do much work after yesterday. I didn't feel good. This cold is kicking my butt. But I did a few things. Just putting things together. The box sides are on, but not permanently. I still haven't put those fiberglass covers on yet. And I was right. I said 2 inches yesterday. It was actually 160. So that's pretty darn close on my guess. I had to do some little bit of grindage on the inside of this pocket where it hits the round part. I had to grind it a bit on the inside, on both sides. But yeah, they fit. Yeah, it's a little, see, I gotta swing this over and bolt it in yet at the bottom. There's some kind of brackets go on the inside that go from the inner box to the skin. So I got those. Those are outside. They need to be sandblasted or buy new ones. We'll see whatever comes up first. And I've managed to find one of my trims that go on top. So I used it as a template for the holes. So I'm not sure if I'm going to buy a new set yet. More than likely I will not, because they are $1,200. So I'm probably going to look for something different to put here, because $1,200, and that's US dollars too, so I don't foresee that happening, but we'll see. And yeah, I think I'm going to have a few problems here with this fender, this passenger side fender. I think I'm going to have an issue with the fitment on this side here. The driver's side looks like it fits pretty good. This one here looks like it fits pretty good. It's tight actually, but the cab is also loose. So everything is pretty much just loose. So I can maneuver it and put it to where I want. And I forgot to sandblast this part. I just found it in my sea can, and I don't look at those ugly things. I'm probably going to buy a new set of those. I thought they came with the fenders and they didn't. So I had to peel those off of the old ones. And I did a big mistake. I rad cradle mounts that goes to the chassis. I don't have them. I don't know where they went. After 9 years, things get lost. And they're not very large either, so they disappeared. So I'm going to try all my hiding spots, but more than likely I'm not going to find them. So I'm going to have to make something maybe. Maybe I'm probably going to have to make some if I don't find some soon. So yeah, this is where we're at today. It's coming together. That's 2 days of assembly. So I'm probably going to slide the box back now and put in those inner fiberglass pieces. And I have some factory chrome that goes there on the edge that I bought off of eBay. So I'm going to use that as my template for where the holes go. And they actually put the nuts in from the back side, so I'm going to have to do that. So the box definitely has to slide back for me to finish that part of the project. And I still got to do the door hinges. The doors are just taped there. So I'm going to have to put the door hinges in. So I got to sandblast those too. Those are pretty ugly looking. So I'm going to sandblast them and get them in primer at least before I even attempt to put them on the truck. The hood is already, I took my Eastwood contouring tool to that. That did a good job. Found one hole, one dent. Not a big deal. So yeah, I'm going to slide that box back. I think that's what I'm going to do next. You can watch me do it. All right. You saw me farting around and with these screws and everything. They're just self-tapping screws. And here's that fancy new chrome that I bought off of eBay. I was just checking to see how well it fits the body with these aftermarket panels. And they fit nice. Gonna look good too, eh? Look at that. And I don't have to cut them. I thought I was gonna have to cut them, but I don't. It actually, once I put on those parts, those inner fiberglass pieces, it really pulled it away from the body. So yeah, there we go. Look at that. Sweet. And I got these little chrome pieces that go around this bottom part as well. So yeah, that's the way she goes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I might have to grind the fiberglass here in the top here. Once I get the box all bolted down. Yeah, there's a little bit of the fiberglass lip sticking out here. So I'm probably just going to have to grind it just like not even 1/4 of an inch in here. But yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Another thing, I got to give a shout out to Whiskey Dents. That guy is busier than busy. He's having draws for trucks and everything. Check him out, Whiskey Dents. He's doing a cab over right now from a early 70s. He's doing all kinds. He's doing extended cabs and crew cab trucks. Check him out. Check out that gap. Even at the bottom, turned out perfect. It's nice. It's even all the way around. And it's a perfect 1 inch from here to here on both sides. Perfect. This thing turned out perfect, this box. No mess around. Just go buy brand new parts. Got to bring out the bumper and see how the bumper fits the quarter panels. So I got to get that out of the storage shed. But even look at the back of the cab. It's nice right there. Nice and straight. Love it when projects go easy. This is 2 days now in assembly. 2 days. Like I said before, there's going to take a lot of bit of work there on the front there. So it could be a blessing that the rad mounts aren't here, because now I can play with them. Like, say for instance, it's tight at the bottom and the gap at the top it's a little bit bigger. So I can raise them up a bit. Play with them. Yeah, so that's that. And there's that 6-liter. This motor is from an 09 Escalade. If you go through my videos, there's me cracking it open and going through it. First thing, it had the lash on the crank. The crank was walking. So the lash bearings were toast. This thing only had 179,000 on it. So I replaced the mains and rods, and then I kept on going. I put a Honey Badger camshaft in it. Then I put a double roller. I got rid of all that DOD crap out of this motor. And then it had two lifters that were shot in this because of the DOD again. So I put some LS7 lifters in here. And then I took the heads and I put all stainless steel valves in there, because for some reason every LS motor I crack open, the exhaust valves are really pitted. So I bought some stainless steel ones and I put them right through, intake and exhaust. And then I put some titanium valve springs, the double valve springs with the titanium keepers in as well. And then what else did I do to this thing? The headers. And I put the muscle car oil pan in. And then the transmission, for all of you that subscribed while I was doing that, I appreciate it. That was that one that I took from an all-wheel drive and made it a two-wheel drive. So that's the transmission that's in here. So yeah, this motor should put out roughly about 480 the way it is. That's plenty power for this truck. Plenty. It should get down the road, no troubles. All right. So I'm going to leave this video where it is. And I appreciate it that you're watching. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I got to give a shout out to Jimmy D's Rock Talk. That guy's helped me out so much with this YouTube stuff. I totally appreciate it, man. I'll put it in the comments. And yeah, there she is. Huge step forward in the last 2 days. Thank you. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.